Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Wars Empire at War. We are of course playing with the Fall of the Republic mod. Today we have two primary objectives. Number one, and probably most importantly, is if we go down to our southern hemisphere, we're going to try and take Naboo. And that's because we have 4 enemy heroes on this planet, and that is a massive catch. However, this will not be easy. The space battle will certainly be fairly easy, with only Admiral Wolf Yularen in orbits there. Of course, he does have the space stations to protect him, but I'm sure that won't be too much of a problem in itself. The ground battle, however, will be very tough if we don't bring the right equipment and if we don't be very aggressive. We're going to be landing on this particular command post here, and I think really we're going to have to rush down to this heavy factory to stop the TX-130s coming out of that particular factory, because that's what's going to make this very difficult, as well as the amount of infantry coming out of this barracks. If it were just, of course, the heroes with no garrison units coming out, I think that'd be a lot easier, of course. But of course, with them being heroes, that's not going to be easy in itself, and there are 3 of them on the planet. But it's also a very nice catch to have them in one place like that. And of course, Naboo is a mining world with a base of 300 income by the looks of things, so we're certainly going to want to take that. Our secondary objective, I think, is also to perhaps raid Deco to just remove the shipyard level 4 over here, the Dreadnought shipyard from there. And we'll see about that. What we're going to do is just very quickly scout it to make sure it is in fact as safe as we think it is for General Grievous. We're just going to review our missions as well. We have the Strength and Defences mission, where we have to build a quantity of 3 light factories. And we have 2 of those done already. So I think what we're going to do before we press play is decide where exactly we want to build them. We have recently taken Meriden over here, so I'm just actually going to make a heavy frigate shipyard over here. And I think we're going to come down south and find the Viceroy. He's on Mustafar. We can't actually build anything more on the ground there, so we're going to press play and bring him over to, I think, Vasek 3. And we do actually have a light factory there already by the looks of things. But there's no need to about building a second one there, because we do get bonuses for that. We will actually build a tax collection agency because our influence is fairly high there. Just bring him over to Bon's Corey, come back over here, and we're going to scout out Deco. We also immediately have a new mission. Stockpile credits. So we're going to have to stop spending because we do need to get to a total of 20,100 credits in 7 cycles. That should be too difficult. We are at 13,000 with probably just under 10,000 income. That number does not account for any upkeep. Let's see what's on here though. Massive fleet. So actually, you know what, it's probably a good idea to raid this, but not just now. They actually do have a few juggernauts in space and some infantry units. Not just now, because I do want some frigate escorts for Grievous. We can see we can pick up some at Colafor and Onderon. But I would like just a couple extra ships, I think. So where can we get those from? Do we actually have... That's very sad indeed. We don't actually have anything on Mandalore over here. We should really start building that up. What about Colafor? That is only minor stuff, but we do have a Colacoid creation nest perhaps over here, which will produce droidicas for us and reduce their construction cost and time. It's not necessarily bad. I might have to go for that later. We're going to, of course, go for carriers. Always got to go for carriers as a CIS. So a couple more Munifexes over here. I think we want something a little bit bigger though. We can certainly get to Trandosha with Grievous, so I think we'll do that. We're going to have to get some... I think I want Munificence really over the Recusants. And that'll do for now. Let's come over to Trandosha. And we'll have to stop spending so many credits, which is a shame because I do want to take Naboo, and I don't think our current forces are quite good enough. However, what we will do is instantly go for a battle, and we will try and take down Admiral Wolf Yularen. We do, of course, have that mission done over here, so the Lucrehot Core Destroyer is at Vasek 3, and we can actually check exactly what we've taken through that. In case an Nemoidia is actually ours, and that's excellent. Let's just double check we did send the ship in first, immune effects there. Excellent.
Logging tactics for future computations.
Where is Case Nemoida? It's just over here. That's actually a pretty decent base with a fair fleece above us actually, so that's definitely something to think about later on. Decanemoid is actually changed. We might want to take that out as quickly as possible, but let's go into this battle first. Alrighty, so we're going to come back a little bit out of range just to let our fighters and bombers spawn in. And we have come in with DH Omnis to support our Munifexes and such over here, the more minor frigates. But we are of course going to focus down Mr. Yularen as quickly as possible with our larger ships here. We'll actually get down this Dreadnought, I think, with our Munificence and such, because that will cause a lot of damage. Of course, Venators are primarily carriers, and we're seeming to take a move order rather than an attack order. I'm sure we're in range. Let's just change that very quickly. Go for them dual turbo laser batteries there. There's no need to rush in there. Not entirely sure why that's been the case. Doing the same with our Munificence. Get straight on that. And is there anything we can shoot at with our Munifexes? We just push in a tad. We've already lost our shields on this one, so that's been focused down. Not too much of a bother there, really. They are fairly cheap. Let's get our bombers actually in onto the Venator over here. They are trying to fire at the Dreadnought though. Look at that massive wave coming in there. That is absolutely devastating. And we do see some enemy corvettes coming in, so we're going to focus those with our Munifexes. And Wolf Yularen is very much crumbling very, very quickly there. That's absolutely brilliant. Just some torpedoes left in his engines, and he is down. That is excellent for us. Absolutely brilliant. Really ripped him apart there. Let's focus onto this next Dreadnought and help out with that dying one over here. Get our Tri-Fighters in, thank you very much. Make sure we're okay here. And get on to some Corvettes, because they are really going to hurt our own fighters. Let's move in a tad over here, just catch up. We do have some spare fighters and such in the back. Move up with our Omnis. And bring in these Tri-Fighters to help out actually. So, let's make sure we are actually trying to hit these Corvettes, because they are going to hurt our fighters. And let's focus on... Actually, probably focusing on the carrot wouldn't necessarily be too bad. It is nearly down, so it's not too much of a bother there. Go down a few more torpedo hits, and that's excellent. But these Dreadnoughts will hurt our own frigates and such. Don't know why they're moving up so hard there. Shouldn't be the case. So our bombers are doing quite well over here. Are we actually firing onto these Corvettes? They don't seem to be registering quite as much as I'd like to. But we just need this carrot down now, that'd be great. Do still have a few lasers onto this one, but it's going down now, that's excellent. And that'll be it for their more minor frigates and such. So it's just corvettes and fighters coming off of the star bases now. We're certainly going to be dealing with those fairly easily. Let's tell our larger ships to actually focus on the closest station. Actually go for the Golden 2, certainly go for the fighter base. And that should stop things spawning in. Go for the bombers there with our Tri-Fighters, and just move up a tad over here. Do we have any spare bombers in the area? We don't really, but our vultures should come with some proton torpedoes perhaps. And we'll move up with our Omnis to support over here. Because we do still need to push in with our ships over here, just letting them replenish their shields, because they have been going down. And that really should be a fairly decent done deal, because we have taken down the fighter base now over here. And there we go. Wolf Yularen is down. We can sit above that planet because there's no hypervelocity cannon to threaten us, but I do want to build up some sort of ground force. Let's go back to the Viceroy. So we could do that a bit cheaper. And I honestly think Dwarf Spider Droids and Staps are the ways to go for this particular battle. Staps should rip apart heroes, and the Dwarf Spider Droids, as long as they're given protection, should take on the enemy TX-130s fairly easily themselves. I do want some more infantry, however, to keep a presence across the map, so that we do have control over the command points, of course. So bring in a few of those. And we will be thinking, of course, about our mission. But a couple more tanks as well, just in case. I don't want to screw this over, but there's not necessarily a reason to rush for that. You know, just want to catch them while they're there. Let's go over to Grievous and actually look at Deku and Moido once again. That's looking like it's increasing there. Not entirely sure where the enemy would have gone. Quite likely for Kate and Moido if they're building up that fleet. But we might have to go through Kashyyyk perhaps to get over here. Let's see where we're going. Should just pick up, I think. Go to Umbara first. It's quite the way around they're going. I imagine we're going all the way around through quarter 6. Probably would have been easier to get rid of Kashyyyk's shipyard first, but not to worry. And there we go. Before Grievous has even got to Deku and Moido, we have fulfilled our stockpile credits mission. That's very, very decent indeed. We're actually on 24,000 now. So we have 2 captive munitions carriers on Devon. That's quite likely where we've just taken. We have a new mission, something about Tatooine there. And that is send some recon to Yago and Tatooine within a few cycles. That's not particularly difficult at all. What we're going to do is look at the log though to see once again we didn't actually take a planet with that extra influence. That's not to worry, but we'll certainly be scouting out Yago and
Vehicle in production.
Tatooine. I believe Yago's around here. It certainly is.
Constructing.
That's it. So where is young Master Grievous? That bloody, he's at Umbara, that's excellent. So let's go over to pick these extra frigates up. And then we can get over to Kate and Moido and help that out as well. Let's just make sure we're going in with the correct starting ships, and we can certainly take on Deku and Moido's very weak defences now. So we didn't actually check to see if there is a hypervelocity cannon on the ground surface, but not to worry too much there. I think we'll be fine. It's going to be a fairly quick battle. We can come straight into range, so just make sure we do, of course, bring in as many carriers as possible, because the Malevolence does not carry too many fighters, if any, and that is rather nasty. Let's bring in some frigates as well, because we do want a little extra firepower there. I'll just bring those in towards the rear, and some point defence would be nice there. Excellent. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that hypervelocity cannon, but I'm sure the Malevolence will be able to take it, and let's instantly fire at this Venusaur. Get the, there we go, massive ion cannon coming off there. Absolutely massive. Are our own fighters going to spawn anytime soon? Here we go, got some tri-fighters, lovely. Send those straight onto the fighter bombers. If we could just get out our vultures as well onto the bombers and such, that'd be great. And we'll bring our own bombers. Actually, that Venus is going to go down before our bombers can even get in. Look at that, that's absolutely brilliant. Coming right on top of us there. And they are going to retreat, so it's an easy battle. Doesn't really matter if they're retreating. We've got rid of the Venusaur. Only thing really garrisoning above the planet there in orbit. So that's absolutely brilliant. So with that, I think we're going to bring Grievous ahead here, and he can be our, point of defence around our more frontline bases. I think that'd be a decent idea. They're going to Tinner. I believe that is very, very close. That's just over here. So we might want to try and counter, and this is exactly why I brought Grievous across. So we'll bring, of course, a few more ships to help out. We are going to miss that, so we might actually just lose Tinner before we can come across. And that's the fleet we scouted earlier. Must have just gone all the way around here. Could have to also resolve that though. Did actually destroy quite a few ships there. Let's just pull this whole thing around and go straight on over, I think. Hopefully before they get in with their land units. That would be very nice. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's very nice indeed. Double check. It doesn't look like we're going to go in with our particular Munifex after capturing our stuff there, but I think we'll be just fine. And yeah, we've come in not exactly with the formation we wanted. I think we're going to be losing this bear very quickly. So this is a little more of a carrier, I believe. Bring this over here. So that does mean we have to sort out our own formation. We come around the side here, bring our carriers a little closer as well for point defense and such. So they should be fine towards the rear. Bring up the Providence over here. Is this a munitions carrier? It's a pursuit destroyer. We should be fine over there. That might go down fairly quickly though. This is the carrier. Come over here. Gets the immune effects up for point defense and destroying enemy corvettes. And bring these over as well. This is why I should always check to make sure you're coming in with one particular ship. But the rush to make sure we catch this fleet before they land anything. Look at all of the debris over here. That's amazing. I'm loving that terrain. That's to bring a bit of life to the space over here. Oh, they're jumping already. They're cowards. Absolute cowards. But that will save our land troops there. Another reason, though, is why I should go straight in, because, you know, we'd have been right in their face and probably would have got a ship or two there. Can we see? We don't know where they're retreating to. Probably Claren over here, but I'm not going to bother chasing them down just yet, unfortunately. We do actually have another hero ship over there. I believe that's another Munificent. Speaking of which, let's come down here, see how our ground units are doing. Let's pull everything over. Tybran and such. Where else were we recruiting? Bubba's Quarry. You know what? Say troop transport there. The multi-troop transports might not be too bad of an idea to bring over. We might get one more of those. Artillery is not necessarily a bad idea, to be honest. Maybe gunships as well. See what else we've got over here. A few crabs. AA, more crab droids. What else do we have? Maybe just one more unit of infantry as well, if possible. That'd be nice. But we do have all the crab droids, so it's not necessarily a bother. Multi-troop transport probably could hold up against the TX-130s and the... I think we'll bring in another one of those, actually. I'm liking the idea of that, very much so. Let's bring back the Viceroy, just in case they do attack from Sitlim. We don't actually... we do need to double check our missions. It goes to Tatooine. We have the Unleash a Bulwark fleets because we're in cycle 27 now. So we just need to research the bulwarks and we get the access to a new battleship style spaceship. And we do get the hero Duoningo who does command a bulwark. So that's rather interesting there. We can do that from Sullust or Forest, if we do in fact hold Forest at the moment. Tatooine, literally nothing on there. That's absolutely brilliant. What about Jaeger? That's actually quite easy as well. Do we miss the... That'll probably carry over in just a second once we finish the cycle. So, how are we doing over here? One more MTT and we should be good. We are going to bring in this group as well. Octoctaras might do us some wonders, actually. So it's going to be a tough battle. It's going to be a very tough battle. We may have to dip in and out. May have to, go in, destroy a heavy factory, come back, retreat out. We'll see how we go. Don't necessarily need an ion cannon there, do we? But let's go straight on over. Let's go to Pantor and pick up these. And there we go, the reconnaissance. So we have the PDF at Uspa, which is just down here. That's excellent. Did we capture any planets with that? Felucia, excellent. That is all the way up here, I believe, in our northern hemisphere. That might actually have opened up. Yeah, that's brilliant. We don't have to pay to get through there anymore. That's excellent. Do we have a new mission? It's highlighting something. Take Haran Kar for a Luke Core Destroyer and some more Banking Clan opinion. We'll look for that later. Felucia is very nice indeed, though. Absolutely. Over the moon, we got that. Let's build that up immediately. Because our infrastructure is dipping in down, up and down. And we'll start to look at Naboo finally. Alrighty, so we are actually going to start with the MTT first. We certainly need to bring down some sort of infantry. Going to bring down some stats to begin with, and dwarf spiders, and finally some true vehicles, I think, to help us out there. Going to go for the tank droids. Move this around. He's struggling with movements at the moment. Just bring him out a tad. And I don't think the support field base is the way to go just yet. So let's go for this, the military support. We'll build a infantry turret over here. We do have the Naboo population houses to flank us immediately, but they should be fine if we just build an anti-infantry turret over here. I think we do need to really rush for this enemy heavy vehicle factory to the south. So let's get an infantry turret up there. We're going to keep the stacks with us, actually, instead of scouting. And that is just because we don't want to get caught short by enemy heroes. And yeah, we can already see a saber coming out. Don't like that at all. Let's try and get immediately onto it. Would launching a couple of these off help at all? It doesn't appear so. That's been more for see how that one actually works. Very active. Yeah, effective against weaker units, of course it is. Get them over here, and we do have some TX-130s to worry about already. Let's focus on the clones with our supers. Stats doing excellent against them, of course. Struggling against TX-130s there. Bring back our dwarves. Get this over here. Get on the clones, please. Get out some micro intensely here. Yeah, MTT not doing great. We do have an anti-vehicle turret over here, actually. So we've lost some population points already. Not very happy about that. Come on. Dwarves are not doing as they're supposed to. Let's run down to this very quickly, please. I think we're going to have to take this objective here, the build pad. Come on. Focus this, please. Get straight on there. Emergency B1s out, please. And I've got over here. This is a toughie. It's a lot already. There's a lot of resistance already. Should really be microing a tad better, of course. Let's try and capture this. Yeah, we've lost our dwarves. Lost our dwarves already. I think we bring in a couple more of those. Fall back over here. That is very, very sad. Waiting to see the enemy heroes, actually, so we can get a bombing run onto all of them at one go. Would be nice, wouldn't it? I do still have that one to worry about. Not the best choice against TX-130s, of course. Should probably use our tank droids a little more intelligently to actually trample enemy infantry. Yeah, let's just bring this over here and you can slowly and quietly take care of that heavy vehicle factory. I'm just going to try and get our B1s and such in front here. Double clicking isn't taking everyone we want there, which is rather interesting. Get that down as quickly as possible, please. Okay, pull back with the dwarves. And like I say, use our tank droids a little more intelligently here. Just pull away from that that anti-tank gun, I think. They have an AAT. Interesting. Let's pull back. Let's pull back down here. Any sign of those heroes, actually? I don't think so just yet. They've been very quiet. Oh, actually, here we go. Bombing run immediately. We see both Ahsoka and Anakin. Is that bombing run going to get in time? Not too sure. It's going to wreck our infantry in there. Where's... Oh, have they been... they've been shot down by anti-air guns. Oh, the little bastards. Let's get some reinforcements in. Spider Walkers, B2s. Octoptaras, I think, for now. No, the bomb's missed. Get this heavy vehicle factory at least. Right, focus that down. Yeah, that's rather a shame. Rather a shame, actually. We might have to pull out, actually. I don't want to risk losing anything more, but we do have a bombardment available. So we'll use that, try and use that effectively. Why have we taken so much damage over here already? That's Captain Rex. He's not taking too much damage there, is he? Might have to use a bombardment here, actually, considering all of this. Yeah, okay, let's get the bombardment here and take out Ahsoka and Anakin if possible, please. There we go! Let's get out. Let's run away. That'll do for now. That'll do for this particular assault. No point losing anything more. That's 2 for 1. Happily take that with so many losses on our side, but at least ours, we can replace them. Yeah, that's far too much. Far too much. That didn't actually kill Anakin, so that suggests he does come back at some point, but we do have one enemy hero down, and Anakin should not be coming back later on. So we'll just recover. We'll come back with everything over here. Actually, we might want to just sit on top of Priscilla there very soon. That's not to
Your
worry.
task assigned.
Need to get that influence up over here as well, actually. Might not be a bad idea. So we can do that by getting a space station, and a barracks would be nice. What else do we have over here? Mining, or tax collection agency rather. So we'll try and get in one more battle, I think, before we're done today. And what do we want to do? I would love to take Naboo properly. I would love to. But all of those TX-130s, it is a toughie. Not gonna lie, it is a toughie. Because the CIS do not have the most capable units, not the most durable units. Let's guess there was a tinner. We need barracks over here. We need a space station, that's very embarrassing. We need to build up a case and a moida as well. Can get a tactical droid factory to create our own tactical droids, which would be great. Be some decent commanders for us, and a heavy factory would be nice as well, I think. Might want to build up the space, of course, so the trade routes would be quite useful. We'll look at that later. I think some defences for now. We need to free up everything over here, really, don't we? Mandalore was looking quite thin on the ground as well. We're certainly to get that up and get the factory up. Excuse me, let's... what else do we have on the ground here? We have lights, I guess a heavy up, and we have some fair influence to guess a collection agency. What else are we doing over here? We need to build up once again. Let's get another heavy factory out. We should make a trade route over here because we have 3 nodes it's connected to, and that's quite useful indeed. Probably the same on Belderon. Do we have one already constructed? It doesn't appear to be the case. I think we actually have to sell on Raxus Secundus, was it? No, it must have been over on Mintuine. Yeah, we'll sell the Ion Cannon and get the Freed Out Volunteers Engineering Corps. Recusant, Destroyers, Providence, and Subjugators will have their price and construction times reduced once we get this. And Mintuine will be able to produce those, of course, in itself. That's very useful indeed. Can't build any more over there. Actually, I think then what we'll do is build it over here, and that'll free up space for the Horsch Kessel drive to help with a lot more and important frigates there. That's very, very useful. Get a barracks as well, because why not? So that's very useful. Getting some infrastructure going. What was the mission? Go for Haran Kar. Let's 2 seconds to actually find that. And actually that's over just north of Sullus. That's not a bad idea at all to try and take that. So we're immediately going to raid the space above there. We actually have some dwarf spider droids in the fleet though. Don't need that. And yeah, we'll go over here to Sullus first, and we will scout this out ahead of time. Always a good idea. Always a good idea. And what we'll do is we get some more artillery up on Tyburn, I think. Artillery is great. Some more Octoptaras are useful. Might get some more AA as well over here. And we'll make sure the dwarf spiders actually aren't in orbit, because they're very vulnerable there. And there's really nothing to worry about over here. However, Pamant is under threat, and that's likely from a fleet from Mon Calamari. That is a bit of a bother, because we don't have anything to protect ourselves too close, and that's rather silly. But we'll have to also through that, unfortunately. Might have to, because we don't have a shipyard above there. That's rather sad. Let's rush on over if possible. Yeah, that's not going to be in time at all. So we're going to be losing Pamant there. That's rather annoying since we've just bought this over here. We do have a heavy factory. What does the enemy have? UTAC and a few bark speeders. We might just be able to do this, but they do have bombard and air support there. So aim of the game here is defend as hard as possible. I think we build some AA turrets over here just to protect against any, of course, airstrikes. Let's go all together, aren't we? down. Perhaps the power generator might be a good idea, but it's not really powering anything particular. Let's go down here for now. I hope we've guessed right pretty much. We will come over here. There is a build pad there. We probably want to build that up with, I would say, anti-tank. That UT-OT, I believe it was, UT-AC, is going to be rather nasty. Whatever the bloody thing is. It's going to be rather nasty indeed. That will rip apart our own tanks. Let's just capture this particular command build pad. No upgrades available. Here we go. So, should be absolutely fine to get these bark speeders with our AATs. And actually, if we do start building on our 4 defences here, let's pull back. Let's pull back. Yeah, they have the speeders there. That's not good. Not good at all. We're certainly have to build up over here. So that means we're going to have to waste a build pad on AA there just to make that a bit easier for us. And we will create anti-infantry for now. Bark speed is being a little more troublesome than you'd have thought so, wouldn't you? A little bit more troublesome. See if we can get down here for the cap. Yeah, these bark speeders being a little pain in the bottom. Look at all of them. Might actually just change these over, so that might be a little more effective. Yeah, ripping apart over here our turret. Let's take this and try and trample the infantry. Come on, come on. You know you can do it. Oh, you little bastard. Now we've got cramp droids over here. Let's run down as quickly as possible. Another AAT would be very useful. And we have that UTAC now. That's going to be rather nasty. Let's get some shots out on that while we can. Might just have to pull back to our anti-vehicle turret here. Yeah, we're going to be very rushed over here. Let's pull back. That's a lot of bark speeders. Well, shows you their power, doesn't it, against lightly armoured forces. Rather nasty. Get on, destroy that. No more garrisons coming out, unfortunately. A rather sad time there. Yeah, power generator's been destroyed. Surprise, surprise. What do we have over here? A stat. Oh, well, there you go then. Stat. Let's put down that. Run out. And AAT has actually held its ground. What we're going to do is pull back. We have some enemy bark speeders here. Let's create a repair turret to keep that AAT up where possible. Come on. No, that's a shame. But come over though, because we have lost a lot of health on this one. Is that UCAC coming around? I don't know. Does not look it. Where is the little bugger? Anti-infantry turret's doing its job okay there, but we'll just reinforce that with this fresh AT.
We will fight if we must.
Would have liked to have captured a forward base here. Looks like we've dealt with a lot of the bark speeders, so we'll just change over to some better rockets. Might have to come back over here very quickly. We will lose that turret now. And there's that UCAC. Alright, so let's actually pull back now that we're building in vehicle turrets. We do have a fresh AT here. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. It can shoot around corners. Very nasty indeed. Look at that. Right, let's pull back over here, get our vehicles round and ready to pounce on the enemy. Try and scout that out with our infantry, but they are coming around now. So that's, just want that turret to be in range, because that will help us out. Try and stay in range of this turret over here. Okay, so let's get on to the enemy infantry here and fire out here. Try and get that down. That is going down. Just about do this, maybe. Just about do this. Can we trample the infantry? Come on, you know you can. There you go. Come on, push through. There you go. That's the way to do it. Change over to concussion missiles to help out with infantry. Looks like being fired at on the flank here, and we do still have some more bloody more speeder about. What have we got over here? Oh, very lucky that bombardment went for a single unit. Very, very lucky indeed. Let's go for the AA actually. There they are retreating. So hard battle fought, but I'll certainly take the control back over Pamant here. And that, I think, is a well-earned victory there. That's amazing. We're going to have to think about Mon Calamari, but we're going to have to get some massive fleece over there. But that is, unfortunately, all we have time for today, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a fast-paced one there, if you ask me. I hope you have enjoyed it. More episodes to come in the future, of course. Thank you once again to everyone who has been watching this series. It does mean quite a lot to me. But I shall have to see you in the future. May all of your nights and days be auspicious. Goodbye.